Okay. Welcome to the interview series, Business Owners Speak. Today's guest is Scott Harris with Pyra Promotions. Make sure I'm saying that properly. Is that
you correct? Are? Yep. Yeah, you're good.
Well, good. Well, thanks for joining us today. And if you wouldn't mind, take a minute to tell us a little bit about you and your family and your business.
Of course. Well, thanks for having me. Pyra Promotions is a full-on promotional products marketing company. Anything from your pens and notepads, anything that your corporate logo needs to go on, any branding that is needed for the company is what we take care of and what we handle. We've been helping out home healthcare companies, hospitals, nonprofits, and everybody for over 22 years now. So it's become a long lifeblood of ours.
That's great. 22 years in business. That's not easy to do.
No, we're very proud of that. And, we have some partners that still work with us from when we, when the company came to fruition. So, having partners that long shows either A, that we're doing something right, or B, that we've bamboozled them, enough to stay with us. So I think the first part is why people stay with us. We're a company with a heart. We care about our partners. They're our partners. They're not just customers of ours. And we make sure that they are successful.
That's great. So how did the start of the business come about?
We actually bought the company back. I graduated from college, and there was an opportunity where the company was in the red, and we knew that we could kind of grow it. We had some customers in the pharmaceutical world that we could grow it with. So we took a shot, and, it was supposed to be a side job, back in the day. That was, 2000, 2001. And, it turned out to be a life's career. So, we've gone a few different directions. Company, partners come and go, companies get bought out, stuff along those lines. But it's just been a build, rebuild, build, and, scale kind of roller coaster, if you will.
So you've been a business owner your entire adult life.
Yeah. So it's got its good and its bad.
And you've never had a boss.
I worked with my father a long time ago. And again, I still dabble with him a little bit. He has a pharmaceutical consulting business, so I still do a little bit of work with him. Would I call him my boss? At times, yes. At times, no. We're more, partners at the office kind of thing. But yeah, when I decided to kind of take this and run, full steam ahead with it, no, I haven't. The only boss that I have is my wife, who takes the reins at the office. So
okay, so she's involved with the business as well.
Yeah, she is. We work hand in hand together. We have an amazing team with us. There's only 5 of us in the office, but we act as if there's 10 of us. So we've all kind of vowed to each other, like, to run as thin as we can and work as hard as we can together and all grow it. So it's not just people working for us. It's 100% we work with everybody, and that's the team aspect that we always try to portray at the office.
Sure. And where's the office located, Scott?
Currently, we're in West Palm Beach. So we're
in West Palm Beach.
Yeah. So we were in Wellington for a long time, where we live, and we moved to West Palm Beach. Probably going to end up moving back eventually, but for the time being, we're pretty happy where we're at. So
okay. And so walk through kind of the nuts and bolts of the business. I think I shouldn't call it a saturated market, but there are a lot of options to choose from, right, for companies to get items with their logo for branding.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about kind of the manufacturer, the distribution. Are you just the middleman? How does all that work?
Right. So yeah, I've heard everything from you own a company where it's used car salesman kind of thing, or everybody and their uncle has somebody that has a promotional products company, and they do. I mean, there's 5 people in my neighborhood that have companies like mine. There's companies all over that do what we do. How we are different from them is like I said, we really do care about our customers, and we portray that to them. We're very loyal. Thankfully we've gotten to the point where we can not necessarily pick and choose everybody that we work with, but to where we work with the people that fulfill our hearts, and that fulfill kind of where we want our company to go. it is challenging, at times when, you have to, do certain smaller orders, and they take more time than doing the larger orders even. I mean, we always said that, to do 10,000 pens, you add one more zero and, that's it. That's all the extra work you have to do. But at the same time, it's a building process. We've worked our whole careers at singles and doubles and not chasing after the triples and home runs, because that's what really grows a business and keeps the lights on. Eventually you get to the point where people hear about you enough and people want to work with you, and then it becomes something where you can scale it. And we've had to work very hard at doing that too. So there's a lot of challenges that come with it for sure.
And so with a lot of competition, obviously, it's imperative that every business owner figures out a way to separate their business from the rest of the pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things you think set you guys apart?
Well, so I mean, right. It's been like I said, everybody has somebody that can put your logo on a pen. I mean, there's 4imprint, you see their commercials all over the place. There's, right. E-branders, all the big companies on the internet that you can go to, type in, the name of your company, and they'll spit it out with that text on a pen, and it's not your logo. It's not anything, again, that's where, we take the time to, make sure it looks the right way, make sure it's what our customers and our partners want. What we've done is we've found a couple niches, and that's the main thing I could say in a saturated world, is if you can find a little niche where, we not only save our team's time and money, but we've built a few platforms that we have for them, that we give to them for free to use. It's kind of like, again, it's just a partner basis. We're willing to, put stuff out there, like building them an online catalog that they can have exclusively for them. And now they can have all their items approved by, the big guy or the big woman that needs to make the decision. And now they don't have to bother those people anymore. They don't have to go searching, all over the internet for different items. They have 30, 40 items right there that have already been approved that they can choose from. So, little things like that we've done for our partners have definitely set us apart. And, it's been a very nice kind of way to do business with them.
Sure. A personal touch, it's often missing these days.
It is. So. It's concierge is what we call it the white glove concierge service. So
that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
So the world has obviously gone through a lot of changes over the past few years, and business is just always a fascinating topic of how, not just COVID, but just the overall environment has made every business owner have to make adjustments. And what do you think is some of the biggest challenges that your business face right now?
Yeah, I mean, for one is just the channel of product. I mean, we get a lot of our stuff, and I mean, it's what it is. I mean, overseas is where a lot of the apparel that we get is made. Overseas is where a lot of the promotional products are created. Sadly, in America, I wish we could buy everything USA made. We just can't compete price wise. Eventually, hopefully, we can get there. But for right now, all those channels kind of stopped for us. I mean, if there's a button that has to be made over in Indonesia, and they're doing the manufacturing, down in Mexico, and the Indonesians aren't sending the buttons over there, nothing gets done. So, it's been a very big challenge for us to try to find just product. And we've gotten very savvy and very good with a lot of our partners. We've been doing this so long to where, we have multiple channels that we can, facilitate here. And our partners, we're upfront with them and say, we can't get that for you right now, but we have this that can be a substitute for you and for your people. And we've even had to go, to extending them, a better product that maybe they couldn't afford, but we just take the hit on the other side just to service them and make sure that they're happy.
Yeah. They've been customers for a long time, right? So
that's,
business has gone through tough times too, right? So you got to do what you got to do.
Yes, for sure.
Do you currently inventory any items, or is it all just special order and comes in and goes out?
It depends on certain customers we do inventory for. The partners that want stuff on a more on demand basis, but most of our items are 100% ordered, and then we order and ship. So We ship directly to them, so we save on the double shipping. We're very cost conscious when it comes to that. So, I'd rather not give extra money to UPS, ship to our office, and ship somewhere else when the customer just has to pay more money for it. A lot of our manufacturers are now 24-hour, 48-hour manufacturing. So your logo, as soon as we send it off, it gets printed on there 24, 48 hours, it's out the door. So there's really not that need to inventory and lay out any kind of cash that's that's really not needed right now.
Cash on the shelves, right?
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So.
Scott, on a personal level, is there any, and we've become, at least our company has gotten very interested in routine, right? And trying to create discipline in, how we live our lives. And although it's not necessarily important to repeat the same thing every day, a lot of people do prefer a routine or a couple different routines that help them be as successful as possible. Do you have anything in particular that you do on a regular basis?
I personally am a nightmare. So I am the ultimate, kind of jump around, see what's going on. I'm not a micromanager by any means, any stretch of the imagination. I love to have the team that we have because they are on their own to do, pretty much everything that goes on. They do have routines, they are, they're very regimented in a lot of the things that they do, which thankfully for me, it has allowed me to kind of get outside the box, and jump to doing different things. Like I was mentioning before off the call when we were speaking, we have a few new brands that we're launching out there that, are there to help. We have a new brand for charities and foundations going along with the same things that we do. So, in our office, it's the same thing in essence. We're just trying to scale a little bit stronger in different verticals. But it's allowed me to, get outside the box and not be so routine and, go into vlog sessions and do stuff along those lines that I wouldn't normally do on a daily basis. But I do come in every morning to the office and we do, go through emails and we do have our little, talks with, everybody in the office. It's very different from your normal corporate setting where we're friends, and family at the office. It's not, big corporate where you kind of come in and sit at a computer and, just type away all day. There's a lot of collaboration that goes on. So, again, having the different companies involved with the day-to-day operations allows for it not to get stale. Everyone has different tasks and stuff they do, so they're not bored every day doing the mundane, kind of stuff. So,
and the dynamics of a team, right? You don't want everyone to be exactly the same. So I suppose the control and maybe calm personalities, if not calm, like you're not calm, but the personalities can offset each other, right? And allow you to kind of do what you do and go find new opportunities. Because the others are, maybe a different type, right? And
companies take all different types. It's you need the ones that are, strong to sit at a desk and kick it out all day. You need the ones on the road that can go out and sell. You need the ones that are, very A-type and, keeping all the paperwork and everything situated. So, like I said, we have an amazing mix of people. We just hired another new person that came into the office 2 weeks ago. That's helping more, in the back channels and helping, get orders processed and more tracking information and stuff along those lines. Another artist was just added to the team. So, but again, these people have to mesh with everybody else that's in the office. It's not just a, yellow pages and, I'm dating myself by saying yellow pages, but it's not it's not going to find, on like a monster.com and saying, oh, you're hired. It's a very, we're more, personality based and, we can teach the systems later.
Okay. So what's the 2023 outlook for Pyra Promotions?
Yeah, 2022 has been our biggest year ever. So we're very, out of 22 years, it's pretty, pretty fun to say, now that we're outside of COVID and we're getting there. But it's because of the scalability, that we've kind of, I'm not going to say perfected because, it's perfection is the goal, but we'll take the singles and doubles, but at the same time, we have systems now in place where, we feel that we can get there. We feel that we can get to the point where, adding a couple new people into our office, will jump those sales up, and we're not going to sacrifice A, the quality, and B, the customer service that everyone's already grown accustomed to. I had a customer call me the other day, and she said, I've seen, so much stuff that you guys are doing. I'm just making sure you guys are gonna have time for us. And I said, I'm on the phone with you right now. Like I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. So, but like I said, it's just about having just a great team and extensions of, me, then extensions of, everybody else. And, as long as everyone's dotting the I's and crossing the T's, it seems to be working. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed and keep moving. So.
Great. And you mentioned a new brand. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so Pyra Promotions has another brand called 1130 Apparel. 1130 Apparel has been in existence now for 2 years, and in essence, it's just our apparel arm of. And my dog just ran in. It's our apparel arm of Pyra Promotions. So we do a lot of school spirit wear. We do team uniforms. We do hospital medical wear and scrubs. But then our newest brand that we just launched out 2 weeks ago is called 501ctees. So it's 501ctees.com. And what that is we've realized that to fulfill everything in our business lives and our personal lives, working with the charities, nonprofits, and hospitals, nonprofit hospitals, that's exactly kind of where our niche and where we feel is best served, not only from a business perspective, but from a personal perspective. I love corporate, don't get me wrong, and people are appreciative, but people in a nonprofit are just so proud of their brands. It's their life's love, and they really do take so much pride in everything that they do. And when you have a vendor like us, and a teammate like us that can produce and can, generate stuff that doesn't miss deadlines, that's there for everything they need, that has the quality that they want their brand to portray. They're so happy with us. They show us what it is. We never usually get to see the items. We just ship it and it kind of goes away. Right. So it's very nice to, not only have that fulfilling aspect, but to help fundraise for them too. I mean, that's the whole goal of it, is to make sure that, they're missing that little gap of, hey, it's just a t-shirt or it's just a hoodie, but we can make you a lot of money as a nonprofit by getting that out to the world for you.
Yeah. Well, my wife and I do a couple different functions, and one of them we buy a bunch of t-shirts, so I know where my t-shirt order is going next year. You just got a new customer.
We'll take care of you. That's that easy.
In closing, is there I have 2 more questions.
Sure.
Is there just thinking of content that business owners use to continue to try to drive their business forward and learn new things? Is there a book or a podcast or a mentor of yours that you continue to go back to the well to continue to push yourself forward?
Yeah, I mean, there's actually not one set thing that I do. I get stuck in, the TikTok land just to kind of, take my mind off of everything. But yeah, exactly. Just scroll. But, for all intents and purposes, business wise, I really do feel that I have a really good mix of people around me that surround me. Professionals, CEOs of different companies. I've always been one to learn from other people. So while there's a couple books that I've read in the past, and, not necessarily podcasts that I listen to, but, feeding off of other people and just really good people. When you can surround yourself with good people, my wife is a really great, judge of character, and she's a really good, solid bounce, of ideas off of, but we really do key in on our friends and our people. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times that I do something in the office and I'll text it out to, 7 different guys, and be like, what do you think? And then just pick their brains. I mean, that's really how I've, grown as a person in the business world, I mean, and that's just the truth about it. I wish there was a book. I wish there was a podcast that I heard from, but that's really kind of what I do.
Well, along those same lines, to wrap up, with 22 years of being a business owner and the same business continuing to work for 22 years right out of college, that's impressive.
Crazy.
Do you have a nugget of advice for other business owners?
Take a chance. I mean, it's very tough as an owner, where, there's not a safety net. There's not, that's why you hear some business owners that have gone bankrupt 5 times and they've rebuilt and they've done all this. But taking chances and not necessarily crazy chances, like, calculate it, make sure that, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. There's been times where I've had all my eggs in one basket and, something happens and all of a sudden you're just in a rebuild mode. You think you're secure and you're good to go, and then you're rebuilding again. But without those chances being taken, you could sit stagnant all, your whole life. And if there's no risk, there's no reward. And that's, pretty much kind of the way that that we function. So,
yeah, that's great. And it's easy to, and a lot of people will romanticize the risk taking, but the good risks are the ones where you've done the homework and you understand that, yes, it is taking a chance, but you've measured out that chance, right?
You just have to be a little savvy. If you're a little savvy and you kind of go through and, pick a couple scenarios. And, I'm not a super big numbers guy. I don't have all the calculations at my fingertips all the time, but calculating certain risks is definitely, it's like a big game of poker.
Yep. Well, Scott, thank you so much. Pyra Promotions, 1130 Apparel, 503C
501 CTs. 501 CTs.
You say it, so we get it right.
501 CTs. You got it. Perfect. I appreciate the call. Thank you for your time as well.
Thank you so much.
Yep.